Welcome to episode number 5 of season 2 of What If Harry Potter Was in Star Wars. Thank you for your support on the other parts of this series. If you haven't seen any of those parts or season 1, the links will be in the description below. Bellatrix had obviously not been expecting much resistance as she strode into the bank by herself, insulted that she had been attacked. Harry gritted his teeth, still wanting revenge for Sirius, but knew he could not be spotted yet. Before he could decide what to do, Anakin and Obi-Wan charged with their lightsabers in front of them, repelling Bellatrix's dark curses with their blades. Bellatrix's face turned from one of sadistic pleasure to horror. She had never seen such combatants before. Retreating back towards the exit, Bellatrix transfigures one of the desks into a stone wall, giving her time to recover. But unnoticed by the dark pureblood was Harry sneaking his way around the back of the desks, which were now full of goblins using the swords to defend from the attacks. With a carefully aimed severing charm, Harry managed to find a way through Bellatrix's defences, as her shield only partially deflected the charm, grazing the side of her head. Looking around to see the source of the attack, she is caught unawares by Yoda's force push, sending her out of the building. Stumbling to her feet, she apparates back to her master. The goblins get up, some of them bearing gruesome scars. The Jedi deactivate their lightsabers, and Harry returns to the centre of the main hallway. Obi-Wan takes charge and begins conversing with the goblins, leaving Harry to shake his head. Negotiating with goblins was never a good idea. Anakin put a hand on Harry's shoulder, assuring him that Obi-Wan had everything under control. To Harry's amazement, Obi-Wan begins to manipulate the goblins, telling him how they were not wizards, thus bore no grudge to their kind. He truly was the negotiator. One goblin is quick to point to Harry, but the other goblins quieten his calls, deeming Harry to be unlike the foul wizarding kind that had entered their walls most times. The goblins serenaded Harry and the Jedi through to the narrow passageway, with the clones remaining behind, as they didn't fit into the cart. After passing the thief's downfall, the Jedi get their first look at the dragon. Anakin merely shrugs at the 6-ton Ukrainian iron belly, which clattered against his chains. The crate dragon he'd seen on Tatooine was much bigger than this. Igniting his blade, he made a move to jump out of the cart, but he hovered in the air, stopped by the combination of Yoda and Obi-Wan. Anakin was still as reckless as ever. Lowering back down to the cart, looking slightly embarrassed, the dragon is fortunately still relatively quiet, and the goblin uses the clankers to tame the beast. Placing a hand on the door of the vault, the entrance opens to the Lestrange vault, revealing mountains of galleons and artifacts, but there was only one artifact that Harry was looking for, a Horcrux. Inching his way forward, Harry felt a sudden burn on his right leg, alongside a clattering sound as several trophies fell to the floor. Anakin, Obi-Wan and Windu instantly headed back out, knowing that their tall frames would become an obstruction. As careful as the remaining occupants were, the room soon began to stack full of artifacts, but Harry finally had his eyes on the prize. The cup of Helga Hufflepuff, emblazoned by a badger. In a desperate attempt to seize the Horcrux, Harry used a summoning charm, and not to his surprise, it failed to move. The goblin laughed at Harry's miserable attempt, but his laughter was cut short, as behind him, Ahsoka and Yoda were levitating the cup towards them. Harry could have smacked himself in the head for his stupidity, were he not in piles of burning metal. As Hermione had said in first year, many of the greatest wizards didn't possess an ounce of logic. Now swimming through the metal, Ahsoka placed the cup in a small pouch, whilst Yoda levitated Harry out of the vault. As he healed himself with his wand, he cursed himself for his short-sightedness. Getting back into the cart, the goblin's lips curled at the discomfort endured. But as they were reaching the top, a deep rumbling sound echoed against the walls, as in front of the cart, the clone suddenly appeared. The goblin pulled upon the lever in the cart, stopping it instantly, now alerted to the severity of the situation. Bellatrix had brought her friends along. The cart now moved back down the path, with the previously absent clones desperately clinging on. Harry could see no way out. They were encased in this underground maze. The goblin, however, had other ideas. Violently shifting the cart from side to side, Harry was surprised to see the clones hanging on, as they skipped from track to track. Now Harry could see the reason for the manoeuvres. Coming down the same track as themselves were carts containing all of the bank's other goblins, as they were plotting to escape. Suddenly, the carts all stopped simultaneously. The head goblin pressed his hand on what was seemingly a blank wall, but revealed a hidden passageway. The group ducked to avoid the low ceiling, watching as the wall behind sealed shut. The torches on the walls provided sufficient lighting, and after a long walk, a rusty lift was revealed. Everyone stepped inside, with charms accounting for the weight of the group. The lift finally stopped, rocking from side to side, and the door swung open, revealing an innocuous building. The group stepped out in relief, knowing they had escaped a fate far worse than the loss of a bank. For the goblins, however, this was now a commitment to fight against Voldemort, something which they had tried so hard to avoid. That is it for episode 5 of season 2 of What If Harry Potter Was in Star Wars. I'd like to announce that I'm launching a new channel called What If Sports, which, as you can probably guess, is going to be a channel based on what ifs, based around a variety of sports. I'll be leaving links to that below. For now, if you'd like to see a part 6 of this series, please like this video, and if you're new to this channel, subscribe for more what ifs. And as always, leave a comment on what if you'd like to see next. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.